Welcome everyone to the first episode of How It Works, a series where I showcase a game mechanic in my game and then explain how it works. Today, I'll be showcasing the inventory system. The inventory is a really important mechanic in any game, as it allows you to store any loose items you have. The mechanic is no different here. You can put items in it, take them out, and they will even save and load as you play. Alright, now let's get into how the inventory works. Right here is our trusty whiteboard. This is where we'll show all our info for how something works and functions. For instance, today, the inventory. The inventory is made up of four things. The main inventory widget, which is the UI and actually makes the inventory work. The inventory actor, which shows the inventory widget and allows you to put items in it. The inventory struct, which holds a bunch of info for the inventory, especially for saving. And finally, the inventory slot widget, which shows items placed in the inventory. Let's first do opening and closing the inventory, which is the most simple thing here. When you press the Y button on the Oculus, it'll check if the inventory is opened or not. If it is open, then it'll close it. If it is closed, then it'll open it. When you open the inventory, it'll spawn the inventory actor and attach it to a point that's attached to the player that allows it to follow it. After that, then it'll load the inventory. When you're closing the inventory, it'll save whatever is in the inventory and then destroy the inventory actor. Alright, now for the hard part. Let's go to the inventory actor. The inventory actor is made up of a widget and a box collision around that widget. When the box detects something overlapping in it, it'll check your hand. Why the hand? Well, because we want the item to be grabbed when entering the inventory. So if the item isn't grabbed, it won't go in. It'll then check if the actor has an item component, which all items have, then cast to the inventory widget. It'll then check if the inventory has less than 35 slots in it, which is the max amount of items allowed in the inventory. If that's true, then it'll add the item to the inventory, then destroy the actor being added. Now for adding the item. In the inventory widget, there is an array variable called inventory slots, which is made of the inventory struct. This holds all the information about the inventory and its items. When you add an item in the inventory, it'll first check if there's any other slot with the same name as the item you put in it. If there isn't, then it'll create an inventory slot, set all the info like name, description, and other things, update text and icons, then add it to the array. If there is a match in the item names, then it'll instead update the stack amount. Each item has a max stack count, so it'll check if the item is under that stack limit. If it is, then it'll add to the stack and update the text. It'll also do a bunch of stuff used for item saving functions, which I'm not going to go into because that's way too much. But it'll update the inventory slot array, and boom, you have your item added. It's a little complicated when removing items though. When you click on the button in the inventory slot widget, it'll cast to the inventory widget and call the remove item function. It'll first check if the inventory slots match, which they usually do. Then check if the items have more than one stack in it. If they don't, then it'll spawn the item that's in the slot, set some saving stuff that I'm not going to get into, and then remove the item from the array. If it does have a stack, then it does the same thing, except it doesn't remove the slot altogether, instead just removing one from the stack. Finally, saving and loading. Saving is pretty simple. In the save class, there is an array variable with the same inventory struct. When the inventory saves, it just sets the array that's in the inventory widget to the array that's in the save class. Loading isn't that complicated either. It just gets all the slots in the save array, then adds all the slots and info to the inventory while adding them to the main array. That's basically it for the inventory system. There are a few smaller things, but they aren't too important to the main function of the inventory to talk about. Ladies, I know this is all pretty advanced, but it's not too much to rave about. I'm sure with enough effort, anyone can make an inventory just like this. All jokes aside though, the process wasn't too bad, and I enjoyed making these systems. There are some tweaks I would want to make, and I'm sure there are some bugs, but overall, it's a good system, even though my code is a huge mess. Fun fact, when I first planned on making the inventory, I planned on using inventory slots, like physical ones, no widgets. It came out good until it didn't. The saving function on them just wouldn't work at all, and I, for the life of me, couldn't figure it out. So I scrapped the whole thing and eventually thought up of doing it this way, which came out way better. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and me going a bit into depth on how I make these things. I plan on doing some more of these videos, and if you like it, feel free to like and subscribe. In the description, there's a link to a Discord if you want to join for, updates and stuff. But anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time. See ya.